Good afternoon, this is Nicholas from Gandora Gaming, and we have the reveals for the FireKing set. We now know everything that's going to be in the structure decks for the FireKing structure deck, and there's some really amazing reprints. Now, this is the OCG structure deck, so there will be some changes. For example, a pointer to Red Lotus is banned in the TCG, so we will not be getting a pointer in our deck list, hopefully. So there is going to be a couple changes. This is going to be a guaranteed list, but if everything else stays the same, I think this structure deck by itself is absolutely insane. So first things first, the new FireKing cards. They're absolutely cracked. I don't think they're Unchained level of insane, because Unchained right now is like the third or fourth or second best deck in the format. But I definitely think that the FireKing support is absolutely bonkers for that strategy, and I really love it. I think the board wiping potential that deck has, the multiple recursion that all the monsters do, all the new support is absolutely insane. The spell negate, the monster negate, I think it's really powerful. I definitely can't wait to see people in the TCG crack the code. Other things we want to also talk about in this structure deck are the reprints. Droll and Lockbird and Infinite Impermanence are on the list. That's huge. Those are two of the best hand traps in the game right now. Droll arguably should be banned, but I made enough video discussions on Droll. I don't want to keep harping on it. But Imperm getting a reprint is absolutely insane. It just makes more hand traps cheaper for everyone, which is absolutely incredible. So I'm glad Droll and Infinite Impermanence are on this list. Other cards on here, we have Alpha, the King of Mythical Beasts. He doesn't really see that much play. He's definitely an interesting card, and I'm just glad he's getting another reprint. He's a really powerful card that I think is slept on. The only issue with him is that he's a monster that so you can stop him, and he's just not the greatest removal, but he is still pretty good removal. You're playing like a beast type archetype or a Tri-Brigade archetype, basically. I think he still has huge potential in that form, but right now he's not really seeing much play. Other cards that are in this set, we have Dogoron getting reprint. That's a very great kaiju. If you are playing decks like Vanquish Soul or Dinosaurs, you will need to have a Dogoron either in your main deck or side deck. Just because of how powerful a fire kaiju is with Small World for Vanquish Soul, and the fact that Dinosaurs can easily search out a kaiju is absolutely insane. So I'm glad Dogoron is also getting a reprint. Other cards are getting reprinted. Torrential Tribute, that's just a really good staple card. We're also getting the Dragon Ruler, Burner, and his the big one, Blaster, are both getting reprints in this set, which is great because those cards needed reprints. And if the Konami continues this, hopefully all the Dragon Rulers eventually come out. Now, maybe they can't be legal with the current Dragon Ruler, the current Dragon Link cards in the format, but who knows? I would like to see the Dragon Rulers come back. I think I'm never for an archetype getting completely wiped off the map. Dragon Rulers are one of the archetypes that they completely banned every card in the archetype besides like the little ones, and you can't play the little ones without the big ones, so they completely killed an archetype. And I don't think that's cool. I get why. It was a tier 0 archetype in 2014, and it definitely deserved it, but at the same time, it's like, 10 years later, almost? I think they deserve to come back, and I'm glad that Konami is slowly bringing them back. And, there's a whole bunch of other cards we need to discuss on this list. Other great reprints include Rekindling. If you don't know, Rekindling is just an amazing fire support card. Basically, if you have level 2s in your archetype, fire monsters that have level 2 200 defense. It's basically soul charge up to 3. It's a very powerful card, so Rekindling getting a reprint is absolutely great. Dark Hole is absolutely great getting a reprint as well. I know these cards are absolutely cheap, but still, a reprint is still welcome. And Firehood Tenki getting a reprint is also good. Any deck playing Beast Warriors will be playing Tenki in their deck. So I think Tenki getting another reprint is absolutely insane, and just helps other decks keep going from there. The last two cards I really want to go over when it comes to reprints, I gotta go to Coach King and Diamond Direwolf. Now, Diamond Direwolf hasn't seen any play lately, I think for the last 6 years, but it is still a very classic XYZ that is very popular in a lot of older formats, for example, hat format. And I'm really glad Diamond Direwolf is finally getting its reprint. I think that card is actually kind of pricey because it needed a reprint, so I'm glad that's getting reprinted. And Coach Keen is seeing play in Dark Worlds. And I don't think Dark Worlds is a tier 1 deck. I think it's definitely tier 2 rogue. But Dark Worlds is still a very powerful deck that you deal with your locals. And I think it'll be a lot stronger once Kashtira takes another hit on the ban list. So who knows? Maybe this Coach King reprint is absolutely insane for Dark Worlds. But at least Dark World players. Anyway, that's all I have for you all today. Hope you all enjoy. Tell me how you feel about this structure deck. What you think is going to be replacing Pointer of the Red Lotus, and where you think we should go from here. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy. Don't do anything stupid. See y'all next one. Bye-bye.